Welcome back. This is the On the Job Training Podcast. I'm your host, Dre. First off top, let me give out the call-in number. It's 832-781-4903. So that way you guys can call in and be part of the show. Look, first of all, I want to tell you guys thank you. I want to give a huge thank you to everybody who watched the show. Initially, like we had a huge positive response, man. Like I think got up to 500-600 views on that first video, and nobody even knew that it was gonna be out. So for something that nobody knew about, like that's a huge nothing but positive feedback. So I really appreciate that, guys. Like I said before, this is not my show. I started this podcast so that we can have a platform to connect with one another, tell each other stories, give our opinions on those stories, and just connect. If you have a business that you guys want to promote, or just a story that you guys would like to tell, call in and be a part of the show, man. Anytime. Like this is for us. So I really appreciate you guys' support. I really appreciate you guys' kind words. It's been all love, man. So thank you. We got a beautiful guest today, ladies and gentlemen. My Puerto Rican brother, Hector Sanchez.
What's up, bro?
How you doing, man?
I'm really good. I'm blessed.
Man, it's always a pleasure. It's always my pleasure when I get to hang out with you, when I get to see you, man, because you are like my family, bro.
Same here, bro. Same here.
Yeah. So this is show number 2, ladies and gentlemen, and it had to be done. First of all, tell the people where you're from, man.
I'm from Puerto Rico, Carolina, Puerto Rico. So it's a good place. But
Yeah.
I'm happy to be here, though.
You're a postal employee. First off, given the theme of the show,
Yeah.
you're a postal employee. What office you work at?
I work on Richmond Post Office, but I first work on Kingwood. But
He's originally from Kingwood, ladies and gentlemen. That's my station, and that's where we first met, man.
Yes,
and
sir.
we kind of became close. So I felt like this show had to be done because about 9 years ago, there was an interesting phenomenon that happened. Like all of a sudden, I turn around one day and it's 9-10 Puerto Rican people in our building.
Yeah.
In our building alone, I'm like, where the hell all these Puerto Ricans come from?
Yes, sir.
And I'm like, I need to understand why the mass exodus from Puerto Rico. How did you end up here? Today, I'd love to hear your story in particular, man. So, what was the reason you came over?
Okay. Everything started like Zoraida. She was living here, so she worked on the post office.
Shout out to Z, ladies and
Yeah.
gentlemen.
I remember that I came here 9 years ago, so a year before she called me, hey, you need to come visit. So I said, okay, I will go. So I went with my girlfriend at that time. That's my wife now.
Yeah.
And we came here to visit, and I saw the place. I said, like, it's okay. Yeah. I never think about, okay, I'm moving here. You know what I'm saying? Like, never. So fast forward, I have my first child, and I start thinking like, okay, I need to do the best for my son, and have to give him something better.
Yeah.
So I first moved to Orlando, and I went to Orlando first, and I remember I stayed there like for 4 days.
Yeah.
And the first day I arrived there, some of my friends called me, hey, we going out tonight. And I said, like, I didn't move from Puerto Rico to go out. So I said, you know what, this not for me.
Yeah.
So I remember the 3 days, and I fly back to see. I told, hey, can I go with you and, live with you, try to make it over there? She said, hey, of course.
Yeah.
So, and Nicole too, his sister.
Shout out to Nicole.
So I started living with them, and it was a bless because I only stayed with her working like 1 month. As soon as I get here, they take me to change my driver license, take the test from the post office, and like I tell you, like 1 month, I start working on the post office. So
Wow, wow. You got
I know some people that it takes time when they move from Puerto Rico or you know to come to United States and find a job, like a good job
yeah.
that I can stay and so that's what happened.
So when we think about Puerto Rico, I know in my mind, excuse my Honduran shirt. Shout out to my girlfriend. She's from Honduras. My fiance. I should add. I don't mean to be disrespectful. I should have brought a Puerto Rican
Man, you're
shirt.
good. You're good.
No, but normally when we think of Puerto Rico, man, we think of salsa, Latin music, that flair, the beaches, the clubs, the scene. Um, why leave such a paradise, man?
I mean, it's beautiful. I mean, I love Puerto Rico,
Yeah.
but I'm used to it. Like for you to go to those places is something big, but I was born over there, so
Yeah.
for me that's normal. So when I come here, to me it was like, wow, look at this. Everybody is different.
Yeah.
Like Puerto Rico is a small place. I still miss Puerto Rico, like, but what I feel is like I can go and visit.
Yeah.
Over here you have more opportunity to work, make money, and
Yeah. Talk
so
about that. You were 20 years old and you had your first son
yeah, like,
and you
around.
made the decision to, I want something better. How scared were you? Were you afraid of, the unknown, I guess you would say?
It's something about me that when I say that I want to do something, I go 100%. It doesn't matter like if I'm afraid or not. Like I just go ahead and do it.
Mhm.
I mean, I don't want to feel. I never want to feel like what if, like
Yeah.
being so young. Being so young, like I was thinking like I'm not gonna lose anything. It's nothing to lose. I
Yeah.
can try, and if it's not working, I can come back.
Yeah.
So, and I tell you, I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. Like I didn't have savings. I didn't have a credit card. Nothing. I just went to Walmart. I remember I went to Walmart and I get a credit card over there, like prepaid.
Yeah.
Put some money on it and buy my first tickets.
Yeah.
And we came here. So
Wow.
it have been, a bless. Like I tell you, I met a lot of people that make me grow.
Hmm.
And
And you said you got work with the postal service about a month in.
yeah.
Like that's
And
huge.
I tell
Man.
you,
You said this has been your only job,
this
right?
is my only job, my first job, because I'm grateful for my mother. Like she always told me, your only job right now is to focus on school
Yeah.
and in the track.
Yeah.
That's all that I want to. So I went to college, like 3 years, and
Yeah. Speaking about that, you were an accomplished athlete back
yeah,
in Puerto Rico,
yeah,
and like you were like king of the island.
yeah.
Tell me about your sports. I guess aspirations that you had before you left. Like what were some of the things that you wanted to accomplish while you were there?
Um, I was running since I was like 8 years, so I was part of a track and field team that most of the biggest athletes of Puerto Rico they go to that track team.
Okay. Is this like
So
a national team that you guys
it's
have?
like it's a private team,
Yeah.
but that coach he was a beast. Like he was a father for me. Like, but he was so tough.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was like the elite, you know. On that
Kind of
team they
kind of
have
like
like
Coach K
yeah
would
something
be.
like that. They have like 4 coaches,
Mm-hmm.
but he only coached the elite guys.
Yeah.
So I remember when I first started on that team, I was training with his wife.
Mm-hmm.
She was the coach of the kids.
Okay.
So she always was putting us to play, okay, tag, playing games. Like we was training, but they do it in that way. That way you don't feel like you are training because we were kids.
Yeah. So you don't become disinterested, I guess. Yeah.
So I was that kid that always was watching the big guys, and watching that coach saying, I want to coach with
I want to
him.
be there. Yeah.
Since that age, I have that mindset that I want to train with him.
Yeah.
So when I got the opportunity, he told me, okay, young kid, you want to train with me? My wife told me that you have been telling her for a long time that you want to train with me. Today is the day.
Yeah.
Are you ready? Yeah. So since that day, that means everything to me because I knew that to train with him, you have to be on top of your game. You
Yeah.
know, he don't train nobody. Like he would tell you for sure. Like
If you don't have what it takes to
yeah,
make it. Yeah.
like sometimes you know a relay is only four guys.
Hmm.
So he would tell you like I can be one of his top guys, but if somebody beat me, he would tell me just straight there, hey, you're out of the relay because somebody beat me.
Yeah.
So for me,
Track is really competitive, man.
yeah,
Yeah.
I
You
mean,
have to have a
and
certain
what I
kind
like about it is you against you.
Yeah.
Nobody can do anything for you. With basketball, you can win a game without scoring.
Yeah.
On track and field, it's no way. I mean, a relay, okay, but on your sport. But for me, I went to the nationals and I won 100 meters some of the years.
Wow.
Then started running 400. And for me, that journey was the best. I mean, I love track and field. Sometimes I say if I won the lottery,
Yeah.
I just go straight to train full time again. Like I love it. You
Yeah.
know, I love basketball too, but when you have a scholarship on track, they normally don't let you play basketball. You can get injured, and you know, track and field is a sport that all year round.
Yeah, with track athletes, what's fascinates a lot of people, I get, is the fact that everybody can run.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
everybody knows how to run,
hmm
but to be that elite athlete,
yeah.
to
And you know what
be
is
the
crazy?
fastest person in your
You know what is
country, yeah,
crazy about track and field? If you think about it, you train a whole year just to train 10 seconds.
yeah, for one
10
event,
seconds.
yeah,
I was running 400, so I was running 46 seconds, 48 seconds. That's it.
yeah,
So you're going through all this pain and
and you have to be perfect on that day,
exactly.
yeah,
So everything has to be aligned
a
up.
lot of discipline,
So and it's like when everybody's going out to drink and everything, you have to go 6 in the morning to train on the beach or whatever.
hmm,
So to me, that helped me a lot because that made me who I am right now. I'm like that in everything.
yeah,
When it start getting hard, I start pushing
yeah,
because that's how in track and field they tell you, hey, you have to go 30 minutes. Your body doesn't want to go 30 minutes.
yeah,
You know, as soon as you start running, it would say like at 10 minutes you start hearing, feeling weak or whatever. So you need to keep pushing.
push through that,
You have 20 minutes left.
yeah,
So that's how the same thing you do in the life. Life is gonna throw you a lot of problems,
hmm,
situations. What you gonna do? Back out? No,
yeah,
you have to keep pushing and go harder.
yeah.
Because at the end of the day, that's all about.
And that says a lot about. That's pretty telling about you and your
Yeah,
personality and why you are the way that you are. Because I know you do everything 100%,
yeah,
man. So that's pretty telling. And you had to go through that experience
yeah.
to become who you are today, man.
Hmm.
That makes a lot of sense. Knowing you like I do. You're your stature is small,
Yep.
but you have the probably one of the biggest hearts I've ever seen, man. Like, where does that come from?
Man, I guess like on track happened the same thing. 400 meters athletes most of the time they are like 6'2", 6'3",
Hmm.
and some people doubt me at that time. Like you're too small. You need to go to run 100 or 200. And that pushed me.
Yeah,
Like I tell you, I never feel like I'm you know too small or whatever. I feel
yeah,
like if I make this,
yeah,
you're gonna respect me more.
yeah,
And it happens in everything. Like on basketball,
yeah,
it's more noticed. Like when you play basketball, everybody's so big. Like over here in Houston,
yeah,
everybody is like 6'3", 6'5".
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like, and for me, I say like, doesn't matter. Yeah, I'm 5'7",
yeah,
and I'm gonna make it tough on you. You
yeah,
know what I'm saying? You're not gonna score on me like it's nothing.
yeah,
Or and like I tell you, I am like this in everything, bro. Like it came track and field make me this way. You have to do it. It
yeah,
doesn't. My training partner, he's 6'2". I remember my brother Victor. He's a beast. He was a beast of athlete,
yeah,
and he's so humble, but at the same time, when it's time to run,
yeah,
it's no friends over there. So he teach me how to be. Man, I was 5'7", but I was running the same. My legs on the rhythm.
Yeah.
I put the same rhythm that he can put. So
You were working twice as hard to get
yeah,
the
but
same
my
results.
strikes,
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
strike on my legs,
Yeah.
I trained with him, so I was listening his steps.
Yeah.
So somehow I can match
Yeah.
his steps.
Yeah.
So that's how I learned how to
And
run.
that's so many hours of
Yeah,
dedication to your
yeah.
craft to be
And
able to do that. Yeah.
we train the whole year. We only rest like 1 month. I guess we take off on July, and then
So how did that whole thing kind of come to an end to where you what happened
I
when
guess what happened in Puerto Rico with the athletes and with most of them, it's like you don't have that help to keep running, and then when you get out of college and something, you need to start working. You don't have that, like,
there's not kind of nothing after that
exactly, like, I mean, you can go, what you gonna do, go to college and
unless you
run
become a coach or
or
something.
become
That's
a, you know, sponsor athlete or something like Coulson.
hmm
You know who Coulson is?
No, I'm not
Like,
familiar.
he went to Olympics to run 400 hurdles. That's the one of Puerto Rican that. That's the only Puerto Rican, I guess, that he was living from track.
Okay.
So
And that's really rare that you
yeah,
actually can make a living.
exactly,
Yeah.
and that's the
With a
difference.
lot of track athletes.
And that's the difference between when you come to United States or bigger country that they can
You have
support
more
you.
opportunity.
Exactly, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like some of the athletes from Puerto Rico, they come here, they get scholarship here, so they keep running.
hmm
I love running, but when you go to the real life, you
Yeah.
have to start working. You don't have like 5 hours to train.
Yeah.
So when I was in the school, I get out of the school at 3, and then I
So
eat
when
something. I
yeah.
went to the track at 4, and then I train until 8,
hmm
4 hours. But when you start working, and
You don't
you
have
know,
the time to
you don't have the
dedicate.
time
Yeah.
to.
And if you're not putting in the time, you're not gonna be as good as
Yeah, exactly.
everybody
And
who
how you know me, I'm not gonna do anything
half-ass.
halfway.
Yeah. Yeah.
If I'm not gonna be my 100%, I cannot do it. That's how I am.
Yeah.
You know.
Hey man, talk to me about the Puerto Rican style, man, because you guys are always, clean haircut, looking fresh like that. That's really important to in Puerto
Yeah,
Rican culture. I'm gonna honestly say that for the men in particular,
yeah.
to feel like they need to look a certain way. Where does that come from?
Like I tell you, Puerto Rico is an island, and it's good weather always.
Yeah,
And on Puerto Rico, Puerto Ricans, they like party. They like to go out. They like to be loud, and I mean, it's a lot of competition too. You have to be on your A game to be able to, stand out. Like I would tell you, most of the Puerto Ricans uh, get a haircut weekly.
yeah.
They have to have, chains,
Okay.
the tattoos, and it's a different, all the rappers,
Yeah,
Bad Bunny, Anuel, Ozuna,
yeah.
most of the Puerto Ricans, I like that. Like the athletes,
So it makes sense. Like it's an island, so there's a
exactly.
lot of
It's like you say that
competition
Los
for.
Angeles,
Yeah,
people are always clean because the weather is always good. So
yeah.
you have to you can go out anytime. Right here it's cold, so you have to wear a coat. You don't
Yeah.
look good with a coat, or maybe you have a good T-shirt
Mhm.
and nobody will see it because you have
Yeah.
a coat on it.
Yeah.
On Puerto Rico, no,
You're showing everything.
everything.
Um, your wife is also a postal
Yep.
employee as well, and she was just as accomplished as you are
Yep.
in track and field, man.
Or more.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember. You told me she was
Yeah.
the number one.
She was the number one on 100. What happened is like, look at this. Like she was like the best, but she don't like to train.
Yeah.
Her approach to the track wasn't the same. Her family loved track, but she loved volleyball.
Oh, okay.
So her family made her, okay, let's go run because you are the best or whatever.
Yeah.
But for her, it's nothing for her. I'm gonna over there, gonna win it, go home to play volleyball.
So you would say that maybe she necessarily didn't love track, but she was
I mean,
just
she loved
good
it,
good at it.
but she's naturally like a
Talented.
beast. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So
How
sometimes,
competitive? How competitive did it get between you two being
man,
on this?
I always tell her like you could be way better, but she don't care. Like she's not like me, and that's the beauty because I guess I take everything so personal. Like I learned from her like sometimes you need to relax.
Yeah,
I mean, you invite me to play basketball, I'm gonna start training
yeah,
just to go to hoop with you.
yeah,
Why? You know?
yeah,
For her, it doesn't make sense. Go over there and play and have fun. To me, it's not like that. To me, I need to win to have fun.
yeah,
So if I want to win, I need to be ready.
yeah. I remember you told me a long time ago. You said, "I don't enjoy playing basketball.
Yeah,
I enjoy winning."
yeah. I enjoy winning and
Yeah,
everything,
yeah,
and it's like a mixed feeling because sometimes I remember when I went to a church to play. You remember?
yeah,
I remember the first time I get out of there, and I don't know what happened. We had some people, that like to fight over there, and I get out of the court, and I was mad, and I get to the car, and she told me, "You are the only one that are fighting over there.
yeah,
So everybody's having fun, everybody's laughing, and you are the only one taking it so serious."
yeah,
So to me, it was like, you know what? It made sense.
yeah,
Next day, I started looking at everybody. Everybody was having fun. Everybody was, oh yeah, it get tense at times, but when the play is over,
yeah,
everybody was shaking hands. So
yeah,
then I started learning that. But remember, when I first got here, it was only like 22,
hmm,
something like that. So, and all that I have been living was like that. You have to be tough in Puerto Rico. In Puerto Rico, when you play on the court, somebody give you a hard foul, we're gonna fight.
yeah,
Doesn't matter, Even I don't want to fight you, I have to.
yeah. Man, and he's recalling some of the games that we used to have. Man, this is deep inside Kingwood,
Yeah,
Texas. We play basketball till midnight, man,
yeah,
and
exactly.
yeah, we
Yeah,
be in there fighting, acting crazy. But it showed me your heart,
yeah.
And this guy don't mess around with nothing. I have a basketball league that I started for postal employees about 5 years ago, and this guy's won. How many times have y'all won?
2 out of 3.
2 out of the 3 times
Yeah.
they've won. We had to shut it down a couple years because of COVID, but they just won this past time, and his team can attest, man. It's all because of his heart. He's the heart and soul of their team, and he leads them. And you can kind of understand why and why you are the way that you are. Um, Talk to me about some of the biggest challenges that you had initially when you first arrived here from Puerto Rico.
I mean, it was tough because my first language at first is Spanish.
Yeah.
So, I mean, maybe I know English, but it's just from school.
No, but me talking to you today is night and day from the
Yeah,
conversation that we would have 8 years ago.
exactly. Yeah,
Yeah, like I would say some things and you'd be like, I don't
exactly.
understand. But today, man,
And that's what happened. Like I remember when I first started the post office, when I went to the training, I met Anthony,
yeah,
and Anthony, since day one, he always was talking to me. I was like, damn, I don't want to talk English. Why he's coming close to me? I don't know,
yeah,
why he want to talk to me so much.
yeah,
But then he become like my angel in the post office.
yeah,
Like I noticed how he take me under his wing
yeah,
when I was struggling, because some people think post office is easy, like just take your letters and put it on your mailbox. It's not like that.
yeah,
Like when sometimes when you first start, you're going to the route and you're casing a route that you don't know, and it's 3 p.m. and you're still in the office.
yeah,
Like even the toughest guy is gonna think about crying, because you have like 5 hours that you have to go out there and deliver. So,
yeah,
but I remember he was the guy who take me under his wing and helped me always. And but I was struggling with everything because everything was new to me.
yeah.
I
And
mean,
that's excuse me. That's why a lot of people have issue with they don't have issue. Nobody really has issue, but they ask me about the name. Like, why you call your show On the Job Training?
Yeah.
But on the job training is like a euphemism for life.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I named it that, because in the post office, when you start, you can shadow.
Yeah,
You
will
can
not
shadow
you will
your
not learn
regular
nothing.
for 3 months.
Yeah.
You know, just sitting there watching. But until you actually go out on the
Mm-hmm.
route and run the route yourself.
Yeah. Something will click.
Yeah,
You get to
yeah.
a point like
and yeah,
you
and
start
that's
getting early, you start getting out
exactly.
early,
You
but
have
I don't
to
know
you
what it
have to
is.
just do it. But
I don't
and
know what
that's-
it is, but that happened to me. One day everything clicks.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it took you actually being out there.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and that's on the job training. And with life, you being a parent now,
Yeah.
you raising your kids. We don't have a manual. There's no blueprint for that.
Exactly.
You have to go through it, and we learn along as we go.
Yeah.
You know, so for those who are asking, on the job training, this is why the name is what it is. Talk to me about being married to somebody who does the same job as you. Is that difficult at times? Because I know you guys started together at our office.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, it was really tough. Like, I mean, the good thing is like we can talk on the phone for hours while we are working
Yeah.
because we're doing the same thing. She understands what I'm doing. I understand what she's doing. But when we was working on the same office, it was hard because she got her way to do stuff.
Yeah.
Like in everything.
Yeah.
And I was telling her, hey, you need to case like this. You need to mark your parcel like this. And she said, I don't gonna do that.
Yeah.
And I get mad, because you're gonna be late. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and it was tough. Like sometimes she wanna transfer, but I said you can transfer wherever you want, but you're not going to my office.
Yeah.
And other stuff is like when, let's say, I don't show up today, or they will start asking me, hey, what is her? What is Hector? Where
Yeah.
it doesn't work. I don't like that. I mean,
You
but
know,
it's
yeah. I work with my fiance, and I don't know, man. We get along. Like
I mean, bro,
yeah,
but
yeah.
she's a beast.
Yeah.
You are always chilling, you know.
Yeah. We got to. She's always running in and out of there, and I'm
so-
taking my
but
time.
Melissa is like she always wanna be talking.
Yeah.
You know, Melissa, she always wanna
know
be
it can
talking
be
with
difficult.
everybody.
Yeah.
And I always put my headphone on.
Yeah.
I only talk with Edward, or
Yeah. You
I
come in,
don't
do
I don't
your
like
job,
exactly.
yeah.
I get out. So
So talk to me about you having. I know you had your first son, and he was a catalyst in you coming over
Yeah.
to America. But talk to me about being a dad and having a daughter in particular, and how much that's changed you as a person.
I mean, I always tell everybody like I love both of my childs the same. I don't love my boy more than my daughter, but my daughter, she changed my life. Like how I see everything, how I wanna act. Because sometimes I am really tough on myself, I'm really explosive. Like sometimes if something bothers me, I gonna explode
Yeah.
just like that. I don't think about it. But since I got Mia, everything changed. I mean, I want to be the best example that she have. Like how I treat my wife, how I talk to my wife, because sometimes when you fail on that, she will allow that for her too. Like, because when you have a son, you want him to be tough. That's how a man is supposed to be or whatever. But when you have a daughter,
Yeah.
everything's changed.
Yeah.
And the good thing about my wife is like I am really tough, in everything that I do, but she's the opposite, and that's what we was talking about, the balance. Like she's the one who made the kids say good morning, good night, I love you,
Yeah.
things like that.
Yeah.
That I was raised by a military man, so my grandfather, that's my only man figure that I grow up with.
Yeah.
And my only regret, because he passed away, and I never told him I love you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
because you know how military is. I know that he knew I love him,
Yeah.
but we don't say it.
Yeah.
Melissa always saying I love you. You know, the kids are always saying I love you. So for me, having a daughter,
Kind of softened you up a little bit.
a little bit,
Yeah.
it's of me. I'm a teddy bear right now. You know, but
Yeah.
I like it. You
Yeah.
know, and it takes time because I guess it was God too because I was on the right place. I was around people that allow me
Hmm.
to be like that, allow me to be, you know, show my emotions without they thinking that I'm soft.
Yeah.
Because that's what happened too. Like sometimes with men, you know, you don't wanna let some people know, okay, he's so soft or whatever. That doesn't mean anything,
Yeah.
by the way. Just, you know, your
Especially when
ego.
it comes to your family.
Yeah, but your ego gets in the way and you start changing and thinking that if you show this emotion, you are soft, but no.
Yeah.
It's the whole opposite, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Honestly,
It's the
when
opposite,
I
you
had
know.
my daughter, that really, really changed the person who I wanted to ultimately become. I started doing honestly when I since I've been 17. I haven't done anything for me.
Exactly.
Most of the
Yeah.
things I do, 99. The only thing I probably do for myself is at night I might have some ice cream.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
That
yeah.
is
That's what I tell
it's not
everybody.
good for my stomach. It fucks me up anyway. So now, but 99% of the things that I do uh, are not for me,
Yeah.
and especially when I have my daughter, man.
And
It's
like
just
that, and like that with everything.
yeah,
Even with Melissa.
yeah,
I always tell her that everything that I do have to make them better.
yeah,
I don't do anything just for yeah.
yeah,
I would not make a decision just because some of my friends will say, "Oh, you're cool." No,
yeah.
like it doesn't make sense for my family. I'm not gonna do it. Like it doesn't matter like what it is. No, nothing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's real right there. You had some influences because when I first met you, you were young, man. How old were you? 22,
22.
and to see you evolve into the person that you've become today, you always been stand up. You know what I'm saying? And you kind of demand that respect.
Yeah,
But to watch you grow into the person that you've become is really admirable. And
appreciate it, man.
yeah, yeah. What are some of your biggest influences in the fact that you have changed? What kind of led you to look at things differently? I know one was your daughter,
Yeah,
you having your daughter, but I know you talked about changing your environment and the
yeah,
people that are around you.
man, that's key. And since I am remember, my mother always told me like, tell me who you are with, and I will tell you what you are. At that time, I said like, "Pfft, of course that's nothing. You know, I can be around people, and I'm not like them.
Yeah.
But that
Yeah,
doesn't.
that's how I was. My mindset
But
was like, you must think I'm stupid because I'm smart enough
yeah,
to be who I am. Yeah,
but what you don't understand is like you will eventually start doing things that go against yourself, like who you are. You're gonna start going against who you are just because you wanna make them, you know, respect you, I guess, or think that you're cool.
mm-hmm.
Just because you are in the group, if everybody start, oh, let's gonna make fun about this guy,
Mm-hmm.
you're not gonna be the only one who's staring like, man, you're stupid. No, you're gonna do it. At least you're gonna start laughing a little bit.
Yeah,
But inside of you, you know you're doing the wrong thing.
yeah,
I mean, when your family raised you the correct way, you understand what is good and what is bad.
yeah,
Well, what helped me, and I will tell you, he maybe don't realize this, but it was Edward.
yeah,
He's my brother. Like he never talked to me about how I have to do things, but he teach me by example.
mm,
He look at me and tell me sometimes, I wanna be tough like you. I wanna do, I wanna play like you or whatever. Or I said like, man, I wanna be like you.
Yeah.
I wanna act like you, like how you love your kids,
Yeah.
how you express that love. Because maybe we love our child the same way, but how he show it,
Mm-hmm.
how he tell his kids that that is here. He take time to spend time with his sons. His day off. Nobody can call him and tell him, "Hey, let's go out or whatever." No, that day is reserved for his family, no
Yeah.
matter what,
Yeah.
no matter what. So that changed me, uh, because like I learn watching. I don't learn sitting studying. No, I don't like that. So when I see somebody that is happy,
Mm-hmm.
that doesn't matter when things get really hard, he always can go through it. I was like, damn, how he do it?
Yeah.
I mean, he go through really tough things and he can come through it. But he got God. He trusts in his family, his wife. They can get into arguments, but nothing change him.
Yeah.
That's the key.
And you mentioned his faith in God is what kind of keeps him centered.
Yeah.
How has God played a role in your development up until this point?
I mean, my family was from the Catholic Church.
Yeah.
So for me, I never feel like it touched me or nothing like that. But since I start, when Edward go to the church, like he convert to God,
Mm-hmm.
I was in pain. I was in pain because I was feeling like I lost my friend, like because I knew what it means to go to that route. Because sometimes I drink,
Yeah.
I say bad words, and sometimes I feel like I am a bad influence in some stuff. You know, I never invite him to come to drink with me. I never tell him, hey, do you wanna drink something or you wanna never.
Yeah.
But I am this friend that when you're mad, you say, "Hey Hector, let's go out." I say, always say yes.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I am the friend that I will always say yes. So, but I was saying now he's on the church. He, I lose him.
Yeah.
Like it's no way that I can be around him without influencing him or the music that I listen. He don't want to listen no more.
Yeah.
So he tell me I start listening to uh you know church
Like Christian music.
no music but like podcast or
Oh, okay.
Christian
Yeah.
and for some reason it started touching me like saying like that I don't feel that bad, so I start without he telling me nothing, it was just me.
Yeah.
So I start feeling like I want to change, I want to be a better person, I don't want to feel like I need to prove that I'm tough. Everybody know that I'm tough,
Yeah.
everybody know how I am.
Yeah.
So why I have to be saying that I'm tough?
Projecting that all the
Yeah.
time. Yeah.
I mean, when I get to my home, I am a teddy bear,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So why I have to be saying, "Oh, I am a beast" or whatever?
Yeah.
Everybody knows
Yeah.
without me saying it. Because let's say you was saying like when I get to the post office, I never, I think I was always humble and don't talk to nobody. But you'll know that you need to respect me
Yeah.
without me saying it.
Yeah.
So why I have to be saying on the social media or whatever? So and that is heavy. That is a heavy armor that we have to, you know, cover yourself. So I take it off
Yeah.
and be around that people help me. With my wife, with my family. I'm not telling you that my life now is perfect because no, it's not perfect. But now I have the resource and thinking, okay, maybe this is God that is putting me in this place so I can grow and say I need to be a better person. I cannot be so explosive and I need to appreciate what everybody's doing because Melissa do a lot of stuff for me.
Mm-hmm.
I need to appreciate that. But when you are so egocentric, thinking just about you and what you like and what you are, you don't think about the people that's around you.
Yeah.
Even though they are with you all the time, you don't think about them. And that's, Edward example. change everything. Change, if you stay around Edward a long time, you will change for
Oh
sure.
yeah, most definitely, man.
For sure,
And this is Edward Gallant,
Yeah,
man, and he used to work with us at
yeah,
Kingwood
yeah.
too, and everybody can attest. Anybody who knows Edward knows that he's a respectable
Yeah.
man,
Mhm.
and he won't, like you said, he won't tell you. Well, you'll know that he's a man of faith, but he won't push God on you.
Exactly.
But he will lead by example, man. And I guess as I've gotten older, I kind of figured that out, you know, slowly. I always had an example of what a, a a a man who believes in Christ should be,
Yeah.
but until you kind of live that life,
Hmm.
um, you'll never fully understand,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
kind of what it entails and the things that you have to sacrifice.
Yeah.
You have to remove your ego.
Hmm.
That's part of
And
part of the whole
that's
deal.
really hard.
Yeah,
That's
especially when
really
you're
hard.
young.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you feel like you need to prove everybody wrong, and it's like everybody was saying now, like don't prove nobody wrong. Don't prove nobody wrong.
Hmm.
Prove yourself right.
Yeah,
So you don't have to prove nothing to nobody.
yeah,
You know what you need to do. You know
yeah.
what is best for you.
Talking about just proving people wrong or influences when you were coming up. Your mom is one of the nicest people I've ever
Yeah.
met, man. That's a beautiful woman, a beautiful spirit. Talk to me about. I know you said your mom and your grandmother raised you.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that coming up and how much you respect. Everything that they did for you coming up.
I guess now that I'm a father, I appreciate more everything that she have done for me.
Yeah.
She was a single mother. Uh, I went to a private school,
Oh wow.
and everything by herself. My father doesn't give me anything, And at that time, it was normal for me. If I want a PlayStation, she got it for me.
Yeah.
If I want the best shoes, she got it for me. So for me, it was normal to have everything.
Mhm.
Sometimes she told me no at that time, or sometimes, and I started, come on.
Yeah.
She gave it to me.
Yeah.
And I tell you, from small to big, like when I was bigger, I told her I want a BMW. She like, you're crazy.
Yeah.
I keep doing it. She bought me a BMW.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So she's everything for me. She raised me. She was tough. She's still tough. Like she don't like to sugarcoat anything. If she don't like something, she don't like it, and she don't like it.
Yeah.
But for me, man, she's everything. I mean, I fight a lot with her right now. I mean,
And
because
you can appreciate that relationship now because time has passed and you have your own family now.
yeah. But you know what? All the I remember I went to really expensive hotels, and I went to track and field meets outside the Puerto Rico, and she always was paying for it.
Mhm.
But I always was thinking like she never was there with me because she wasn't able to do it. She wasn't able to afford. I went to Disney.
But she made sure you went.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as soon as I start working and I start getting my money and everything, I said I'm gonna pay everything back.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make her enjoy everything with me now, with my kids.
Yeah.
So if I go to Disney now, she's coming with
She's
me.
coming.
If I go to a cruise, she's coming with me.
Yeah.
So, and the good thing is that she have a good relationship with Melissa,
Mhm.
and that helps a lot.
But we talked before. You said that wasn't always
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
case.
yeah, 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 yeah. I mean,
talk to me about you said she was the kind of person nobody was good enough for.
Yeah,
You were her only
yeah.
kid.
yeah,
Yeah. Nobody was good enough
nobody,
for her son.
nobody. So when I first started with Melissa, nobody. My grandma doesn't like Melissa. My mother.
How can you not like Melissa? Melissa's the sweetest person ever.
I guess
Yeah.
because when Melissa was young,
Yeah.
it wasn't like that, bro. She was mean. She liked to be bragging. She liked to be,
I won't believe it.
But it's like that fire when you're running, when you are like in the track
Yeah.
on the, she was a winner.
Yeah, she was the
So
best runner in Puerto
exactly.
Rico.
So
Yeah.
she was bragging.
Yeah.
So my grandma doesn't like that, But she's how she is, and slowly but surely she got everybody in his pocket.
Yeah.
Now my family
They
can talk crazy things
they,
about
they,
me,
they
but
choose her before you.
exactly,
Now.
yeah, for sure, for
That's
sure,
how it always
yeah,
works.
yeah. But
Yeah.
I'm blessed, like I tell you, I'm blessed that my family love her. Sometimes it's hard because my mother was living with us for years, like for 3 years, helping us, and
Mhm.
when you are married, you don't want your mother-in-law living with you,
Yeah.
But I mean, she take it and she accepted, and
Yeah, I come to find out some of those hard things. I'm learning this now. When you deal with family, right, and you say that man, nobody wants their mother-in-law living with
yeah,
them, or I have to do this to help out, and somebody has to come stay with. Honestly, man, those things I come to appreciate as I get older are what kind of unite a family,
yeah.
and you can appreciate
But
it.
man,
It builds a
think
bond.
about it.
Yeah.
If wasn't but for Zoraida, I wasn't gonna be here. She helped me. She take me, my wife, and my kid in his house.
Yeah.
So she helped me to stand up here, and I'm right now. I have my family, my house, everything.
Yeah.
Just thanks to Zoraida.
Yeah. If it wouldn't have been for that step, who
No.
knows? Yeah. Yeah.
So that's how it. And you have to help people. Some people will be grateful.
Mhm.
Some people doesn't. But you need to do the right thing. We come back again to do the right thing. Some people will appreciate it. Some people it's gonna be they doesn't care.
Yeah.
So, but it's part of the process. You cannot be doing things thinking, "Oh, I'm not gonna help this guy because he's gonna be bigger than me." No, if you are bigger than me, I feel blessed that I help you.
I'm proud to have
Yeah.
helped you in some
So
kind of
that's
way.
how I feel. That's in everything. Like even in the basketball court,
Mhm.
I know I'm not the best basketball player, but I feel proud that the best basketball player tell me we need you,
Yeah.
or you're not going to the game tonight. Oh, we're gonna lose or whatever. Jose is a beast basketball player.
Yeah.
Elway is a basketball player. Cooper.
Yeah.
But every time that they know that I'm going, they know I'm gonna give 100%.
Yeah.
So they know we almost have this game already win because Hector is here.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna score 20 points, but I know that I'm gonna stop the guy from the other team to score 20.
Yeah. Yeah.
So and that's part of the how I am, bro. Like I like to give everybody my 100%. It doesn't matter if you have good intentions or no. If you betray me, it's on you
Yeah.
because you're gonna lose a good friend.
Yeah. Um, Talk to me about you were in Puerto Rico, right? And you were kind of the man, you had a lot of influence, and there were a couple points in your life where you had to make some decisions about which way that you wanted to go. Um, I know you said you grew up in a part of Puerto Rico that's kind of known for being a very bad area,
Yeah.
and you being so young there, you kind of had to make some decisions on the kind of person that you wanted to be. Talk to us about some of those stories.
Okay.
Growing up there in an environment like that.
To me, it was hard because my family, from my mother's side, they are really strict.
Mm-hmm.
The right way. Respectful and everything. But on my father's side, everything was the streets, the drugs, the from being tough.
Yeah.
So growing up, when I went to the track, that team, it was a lot of people from the hood.
Yeah.
But for some reason that we were taught, they respect me. They can mess with everybody.
Yeah.
They have fun of everybody.
Yeah.
But never, not even one time they
Yeah.
make fun of me or completely opposite. They always tell me, hey, if something happened, we got you.
Yeah.
But my mother, on Saturdays, some of the guys of the hood, they don't have their fathers doesn't show up to the track meetings.
Hmm.
So my mother, I remember we went to the worst places after the track meet because my mother take them to the houses.
Oh wow.
So you you never think that those guys will protect you because some of them they get out the track and field and they start controlling some stuff.
Yeah.
So when they see me, they know my mother did everything for them, so they love my mother.
Yeah.
So, but it was a time of my life that a time of my life that power
Hmm.
like gets me drunk. Some people say that when the powers, when you have some people that have a lot of power and tell you if you need something, just call me, I'm here.
Yeah.
You start believing that you are untouchable. Like you have the street supporting you, but you have your mother saying that's wrong. You know,
Hmm.
you're not supposed to do this. Or so we went to always have this thing about. Damn, I like the power, but I respect my mother so much. My family, they're gonna suffer if they put me on jail or
Yeah.
because you don't think about it. If you go to fight with somebody, you can kill somebody. Or if you are have like sometimes I pick up this guy because we want to fight and hey, somebody's messing with me. Okay, come pick me up. I went and picked them up.
Yeah.
They have guns and everything in their car. So if a cop pull you over, I'm going to jail with them because that's my car.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like my mother always talked to me about these things. So that's why I tell you sometimes when I was about to do the wrong thing,
Hmm.
everything that my mother told me fly through my mind. Like, you're not supposed to be doing this or
Yeah.
whatever. And that's why I'm grateful for her.
Yeah.
Like,
I get parents if you're a parent, like you can attest to, always don't ever feel like you don't have influence
yeah, yeah,
over
yeah,
your
yeah.
child
Maybe
because
maybe I wasn't.
yeah.
Maybe you never expressed that
Hmm.
you're acknowledging what she's saying, but
Yeah,
it's
because
working
there's a
inside your
lot of,
mind.
especially
Yeah,
a lot of kids nowadays, they have their earbuds in
yeah,
and they
yeah,
feel like they're not paying attention. Always continue to tell your kid what's right,
yeah,
because they are listening.
yeah.
Especially when you're a teenager, you ain't gonna sit
You
there. And,
think you are on top of the
yeah,
world,
yeah, yeah.
but I'm glad
But
that
it'll ring true, and when it comes time to make a decision, you'll recall some of the things that your parents were trying to
yeah,
do
for
for you.
sure, for
Yeah,
sure, and it only takes one mistake.
yeah,
It can ruin your life forever.
yeah,
Like you can kill somebody by a punch or whatever, and it's gonna ruin your life, your future, everything. How
yeah,
many guys, it happens like that?
yeah,
Just one mistake, that's all you got. So that's why I'm grateful that when that times get to my life, I always have been able to make the right decision.
yeah,
So maybe it's not the popular decision, but it's the right decision. Everybody would talk. Everybody would say, "Oh, you should do this, you should do that." But I mean, I'm grateful. Like I can look back and they stay in the same place.
yeah.
I have grown a lot. Not even just the material stuff,
Mhm.
but me as a person, as Hector,
Yeah,
I have grown a lot.
yeah.
So
I can see that. It it seems like you were made the right decision every time. You jumping out on faith to even come here in the
yeah,
first
yeah,
place turned out to be the right decision for you and your family, man. And I'm really happy that things went the way that they went.
yeah,
I'm really happy that I have a friend
yeah,
who's been my good friend for years
yes,
now.
sir.
And I really appreciate you as a person and what you bring to our friend group.
Yeah,
Man.
same here, bro. Same here.
Yeah, yeah,
and I always tell this story that when I first met you in the court, I remember when you bring your son, and I saw you like being his friend, like he was talking to you like if you were another friend. And I
Mhm.
always told my wife, I wanna be like that with Hector. I wanna go to the court. He look at me because I know he have to be proud. Like, damn, my father still balling. You know, my
Yeah.
father still has swag. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
so that's how I wanna feel. You know, make Hector feel. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
When I had my son pretty early on in age. I was 17 when he was born, and we kind of grew up together.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know, so we have that relationship.
yeah,
Me and both my sons, man. He played in that last league with
yeah,
us. My
yeah, yeah,
youngest son, but you have to be their friend first,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
Yeah, you
They
gotta
need
be
to
there.
trust you.
Yeah, they gotta trust you, but also understand that.
They need to respect you. You know,
Yeah, you'll
and
be
that's
there.
the
Yeah,
thing. Yeah, yeah.
anything go down, I'm there, and you're allowed to make mistakes.
Hmm.
Uh, but I ain't gonna put up with too many of
Yeah.
them. You know, yeah. So it's fun, man. Being a
Yeah,
parent is fun.
yeah.
Yeah,
For me, it's the best thing it happens. You know,
yeah,
I don't regret nothing. You know,
yeah,
I'm really happy, and it's the best thing that happened to me. You know, Mia have a lot of stuff from me. You know, I can see her and I see things that I don't like about me.
yeah,
That helped me to change too because I said like I don't like that,
yeah,
and then I look at her. That's me.
yeah.
That's what I
She was
do.
just born with that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I do. So I need to
yeah,
change that she don't. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like
yeah. I
that's how
got you.
life works. You
Yeah,
know, like God sent me Mia to tell me, hey, that's you.
yeah,
You know, she's pretty and everything, but
yeah.
she got a bad attitude, so you need to fix it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, it's been a pleasure, man.
yeah, same here, bro.
Give the people your social media out, man, where they can follow
Hey,
you.
they can follow me on Speedy400 on Instagram and Hector Sanchez on Facebook. So,
All right, Hector Sanchez, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate you guys watching, man. Tune in for the next episode of On the Job Podcast. Peace.
appreciate it, bro.